What's up, YouTube? My name is Nestor. Welcome back to my channel. So I just got done with a TaskRabbit job. It took me like 15 minutes. It was changing a thermostat. So I got $68 for that. Somebody had patched the drywall with one of those like metal covers, you know, the metal patch, and that metal patch blocked the little holes on the junction box. So I just used my tin snips and I just cut it out and I put it in really fast, and it was 15 minutes. $68. And I want to tell you guys about how I developed these skills that I have of electrical skills and the HVAC skills, so that maybe you guys could you know, hop on it too and make some money. So like I used to work for I used to work as a building maintenance, which is basically a janitor, but I had to do all the small repairs around the building as well. And my boss told me, you know, if we had contractors that would come. We had electrical contractors and we had HVAC contractors that came, did the big you know, changed out the lights and the lamps and did the HVAC, kept the HVAC running. And my boss told me, like, you know, if you want to find a course that you could take, like a small cheap course that you could take that'll help you learn electrical and learn HVAC, and we'll give you a raise, you know, and we'll help you pay for it. So I looked around my area here in Chicago. So this video is going to pertain mostly to people who live in Chicago, because that's the only experience I have. But I found a spot called Chicago Professional Center, and it wasn't in Chicago, it was in a suburb. It was in Wheeling, and I believe they moved to a different suburb, maybe Mount Prospect. But so this was like about 6 years ago. I took this course. It cost $5,000, I think, and my job helped me pay $2,000 of it, and so I paid $3,000 out of my pocket. And they had like payment plans. They had a couple different things, different ways you could pay. So, you know, and that's where they taught me like the basic electrical and the basic HVAC stuff. And I highly recommend this place, guys. You know, if you're in the Chicago area and you want to up your skill level, up your value, so you could be out here charging more money and making more money, I really suggest this place. It's called Chicago Professional Center. Google it. It's out in the suburbs. They have like the basic HVAC and electrical, and then they also had some you could, for a couple $1,000s more, you could add like another course that was for PLC, which is a programmable logic controller, which is like these little controllers that you know, they're everywhere. You know, they're on assembly lines and they're everywhere, so you could get a job with doing that. And the reason why I like this place, it was like I think it was like a 3-month course. This was like 6 years ago, guys, so it might be updated some, you know, it might need some updating, but it was like a 3-month course, and it was like a couple nights in the evening from like 7 to 9, I think, something like that. And what I like about it is that it's there's no fat on it, you know. It's all designed to get you working, get you making money. So like one, you know, part of the class was a lecture, and part of the class was hands-on, and it's not it was ran, when I was there, it was ran by this guy named Vlad, and he was really cool. And all the instructors were Russian, and they all had like thick Russian accents. So I mean, that's pretty cool. Or, you know, it's hard to understand, but it's still pretty cool. And I got a message, sorry. And I really recommend this place, guys. That's where I learned. That's how I was able to get a suburban electrical contractor license to work out in the suburbs. Not in Chicago, like I told you guys. You need to be a journeyman for 4 years. But, you know, if you take this and you get the electrical license, you have a better chance at, you know, applying at a union and getting an electrical apprenticeship. So you have a better chance, because you're not completely in the dark. You know, you have the basics. And that's basically what this program wanted you to do. It's either get your foot in the door at an electrical company, an HVAC company, start making good money, or just, you know, with the skills that they taught you, you could just start putting ads and just go into work for yourself, go into business for yourself. And like, I remember on the wall they had a bunch of business cards from all the alumni that had just started their HVAC business, you know. So it was, like, the wall was filled with business cards and stuff. And they basically give you the skills to start working HVAC. You can start putting ads on Craigslist. You can start you know, putting ads on Facebook or whatever you want to do, and just advertise yourself as an HVAC company. And that's basically where I learned it. So I learned there, and then I got my raise at my job. So it has paid for itself, like, you know, many times over, because it got me a raise at my job. I was able to do more of the, you know, electrical stuff. I was the HVAC, it was a big building, so the HVAC I didn't mess with it anyway. We had a contract with a company, but you know, the refrigerator broke, the dishwasher broke, stuff like that, and I would, you know, I had the ability to at least troubleshoot it, you know, and see what's wrong. I fixed it a couple times. It needed like a compressor, and if you guys don't know, to work on HVAC or refrigerators, if you need the Freon, the gas part, you actually have to be licensed. You have to be EPA certified, so you could go purchase it, because they won't sell it to you if you're not. So that's, you know, the program, it got me my Suburban electrical contractor license, and it got me an EPA certification, a universal one, and it got me like they throw in a bunch of things to make it so that you could put it on your resume and look like you're outstanding, you know. I also got like a American Society of Power Engineers, ASOP certification, and that's for like what do you call it, boilers and stuff like that. So they teach you a little bit about everything, but it's all basic stuff. It's all fundamentals, and it's just to get you working, or get you in a job, or, you know, get you out business for your own. Because the truth is, guys, you could take a year-long course on electrical or HVAC, and you'll still come out at your first job, you're still gonna be lost. You know, like, it's different reading it and studying it than it is to go out to a client and try to troubleshoot it for the first time or whatever, you know. But the teaches the fundamentals, the basics of how everything works, so that you could figure out what's wrong with things, you know. You have all the tools. Everything's different, everything's slightly different, but you have the basic tools to solve anything. And you know, I want to get you guys these higher value skills, so you guys can start making more money, because you know, the gig economy is pretty rough, man. So you need to stand out a little bit higher, a little bit above everybody else, to be able to charge more money, you know. It's a high value skill. You know, like right now, it's $68 right now for this quick job of changing the thermostat. But the client got charged $80. So if I found this client through myself and not TaskRabbit, I could easily charge $80, and you know, and it wouldn't have been a problem, and I could have made more money. And also, if you find your own clients, if you're not on TaskRabbit, if I found my own electrical clients, you know, I'm at $68 an hour. But if somebody called me up and said, hey, could you replace my ceiling fan, I could say, yeah, not a problem, $125, and they would say yeah, and it wouldn't even take me an hour, you know. Or, hey, can you replace my chandelier? Yeah, it's $150. Okay, that's not a problem, you know. It's only gonna take you less than an hour. And I like this program because, like I said, it's all basic, and it's all just to get you working. Because people get overwhelmed. They're like, well, I need a big Sprinter van, you know. I needed to have the decals. I need to have all the equipment. I need to have $5,000 worth of tools. Like, you don't need any of that. You need to start an HVAC company, you need a screwdriver, and you need a set of manifold gauges. And they actually, I don't know if they still do, but to me, when we passed our things, our EPA certification and all that, and when we finished the course, they gave me a set of manifold gauges to get you started. You know, they're basic. They're not digital. There's some digital ones that make life a lot easier. And they also gave me this Klein whatever thing as a gift as well. And like I said, 6 years ago, and I still have it, and I still use it all the time. And they gave me this one because it has on one end, it has this Schrader valve tool that you could use to for the valves, for the little Schrader valves on air conditioning units. So I mean, that was still going. I lost a couple bits and I just replaced them. I ordered some new ones online, but that gift and manifold gauges, I still have them, you know, and they're still very, very valuable. And HVAC, you could start in the summer. You could just clean up, just rake in money with HVAC, because everybody, once their air conditioner breaks, they might last a day before they're like, okay, I need to call somebody. I don't care what it costs. Or, you know, you could repair, but you could also sell up and say like, hey man, you know, this I could fix it for you today for $200, but you know, it's probably gonna break again in this year or next year. You know, I could set you up a brand new unit for, you know, $3,000, and you know, you could work that out, and you can make bank. A lot HVAC companies, they make bank on selling new air conditioners. And if it's a really old one, a 20-year-old unit, you know, people are not, you're not ripping them off. You know, you're actually giving them you're giving them value, because now they don't have to worry about the thing. And you also, when you put a new one, you obviously give them a warranty where, you know, they don't have to worry about it. So it's not a rip off. I know some people are, you know, adverse to selling, but you're not ripping anybody off, man. You're offering a valuable service. So yeah, this company is called Chicago Professional Center. If you I believe when I was there, like, I had to pay cash because I couldn't, but they have like grants. Like, I think if you're on WIC, they give you a grant and you could go for free or whatever. Or if you're on unemployment, you could work with them. If you're a veteran, you definitely get like a veteran grant or something. So there's if you look into it, guys, there's many. I was on a payment plan, I believe. With the money that my job gave me, I put like a down payment, and then I had to pay it off before I was done. And I really highly suggest it, guys. If you do look it up and you decide to go, and they ask you where you heard about it, tell them Ernesto Vega sent you, because I was there like 6 years ago, but I remember there was a referral, but I don't know if it's validated or not. Either way, you know, let them know Ernesto Vega sent you. And basically, I'll give you some tips. So when you go there, if you don't know anything about HVAC or electrical, they started from the basics, you know, from the basics up. But I'm gonna give you some advice, because a lot of people washed out like the first month, you know, the first couple of weeks, people washed out, because you got to go there and you got to stick to it, guys. Even if you don't understand what's going on at first, it's gonna seem like you're looking at hieroglyphics, you know, just because you don't have any experience with it. So it's gonna be tough at first, but you got to just stick to it, ask a million questions, and just stick to it for like a month and a half, even if you don't understand anything. And things take time for things to absorb. And you know, you gotta do some repetition, you know. Like my son, he's learning how to talk or whatever, and learning how to count. He knew how to count like to 20, you know, to 20 before he even understood what that meant, what counting to 20 meant. So that's how everybody starts. It starts with repetition. Eventually it sinks in, and eventually it absorbs, and eventually things start to click together, you know. So you guys gotta, if you do go to this thing, I would say stick to it, because you might be tempted to quit at first, but especially if you went there on the grant and it didn't cost you anything. Like me, the fact that I was coming out of my pocket, it kind of motivated me more to stay, you know. But you could literally take this course and start your own HVAC/electrical company, you know. It's there's nothing stopping you. There's no barriers, you know. Like to the HVAC, you need to be EPA certified to buy the Freon, but it's a very low barrier of entry once you have the knowledge of it. And that's what I like about this course. They didn't try to fluff things up. It was get in, get money, you know, and do your thing and grow at, you know, get in, get money, and then you can grow, you know. You can grow your business. If you want a Sprinter van with the full decal, you can get that, you know. But you got to just start. When I was there, like a previous alumni went there just to kind of like freshen up, and also to kind of help out with the new kids. But he had five vans working, or he had 5 vans running already, and he had a HVAC and electrical business. My instructor, like the way he got into it, he started off as an electrician, and one day they asked him, like when he was doing electrical work, like, oh, by the way, can you take a look at our heating vent or whatever, like the big heater? And just because he knew electrical, you know, so he's like, yeah, I could probably take a look at it, you know. Like he knew how to troubleshoot electrical components. So he looked at it and he's like, okay, even though he didn't know anything about HVAC, he knew that you know how the circuit was supposed to work. Like, okay, the capacitor wasn't working, so he knew he had to change the capacitor and that it would work again. So that's what got him interested in HVAC. And you know, when he first started, even though he was like a, you know, a union electrician, when he first started in HVAC, he said he would have his textbook with him in the bag, you know, and he would go up on the roof and work on the HVAC unit and have the book open on one side, and just, you know, that's how everybody starts. Cause nobody goes into any trade already knowing everything, you know. So just you know, get that notion out of your mind that you have to be perfect before you can start. You know, there's nothing Steve Jobs. I'm gonna bring up Steve Jobs, but Steve Jobs had like an awesome speech, whatever, you know, that where he says like that everything around you, when you look around, everything around you, it wasn't built by people. It was built by people that are not smarter than you. You know, like there's no magic to it. There's no secret to it. You just get things. You could do things. You know, you could make things happen. I don't know where I'm going with that, but if you want some high value skills that you could charge a lot of money for, HVAC and electrical is certainly some of them, because people are scared of electrical. People are scared of it. Like, you know, like I don't want to. Like, my wife's always like super paranoid that my son's gonna touch the socket. I'm like, yeah, let him touch the socket, man. It'll give him a little buzz, you know. Like, I've been shocked by the socket so many times, you know, because I'm in a rush and I don't want to go shut off the breaker or whatever. But you know, but people are they don't know anything about it, so they're super afraid about it. So they'll pay top dollar for it. They're not gonna try to change their own chandelier. You know, if their air conditioner breaks, they don't. What are they gonna do? They stare at it. You know, so definitely, if you want to improve your life, you know, you this is one way to do it. For sure, it's one way to do it, because and if you know, if it's not for everybody, I'm not gonna say it's for everybody, but some people are like, you know, I enjoy working with electricity. I enjoy, you know, working with my screwdriver. I enjoy, you know, some people are like, I don't want to do any of that, you know. But definitely, guys, look into it. Chicago Professional Center. Tell them Ernesto Vega sent you, and ask a million questions while you're there, guys. If you don't, the instructors, even though they had thick Russian accents and they seemed very strict, they were super cool with you asking a million questions. They were really cool. You could stay with them after class, and if you don't understand something. And that's my biggest regret, is that I didn't get clarification on a lot of things, just because I didn't want to ask, or because I was lazy or whatever. And I was just trying to get through it. And there's still things that I still don't fully grasp, like 3-phase motors, which are like big motors, and they require 270 volts, and there's a certain way to wire them. And if you know how to wire them, like a factory or something, they'll hire you. They'll pay you $40 an hour, because sometimes they need machines moved from area to area, and not just anybody knows how to wire these up, you know. So that's my regret. I didn't ask enough questions. I didn't get enough clarification. So definitely do that, guys. But you know, the instructors are really cool. Like they give you their phone number. So if you get the courage and you're like, I'm just gonna go start doing HVAC jobs, like this one dude did when I was there. He told his church, he's like, hey guys, by the way, I'm doing HVAC now, and the people started, like, you know, just hiring him, and whenever he would get stuck, he would call the instructor and say like, hey man, like, I'm getting this over here, I'm getting this over here, and it's not working. And that's just, that itself is already like insanely valuable, you know, to have somebody who's that you could call up when you're stuck. That's already amazing. That's already really good. Like, that's one thing like that I lack in the appliance repair business right now, is that I don't have any network. I don't have anybody that I could call. I don't know anybody else that's in appliance repair that I know personally, that I could give them a phone call and ask them for some help or a tip or something, you know. And being able to do that with one of the instructors, that's very valuable. And also, like I said, like the appliance repair, I'm getting into appliance repair now, and I was thinking about taking a course from, if you guys want to check out anything about appliance repair, I suggest you go to Appliance Boot Camp YouTube channel. It's Mike Sneed, and he has a course. I didn't take it. I picked up all the free game he talks about it in his videos, and that's how I got started. That's how I didn't know there was such a thing as a home warranty company that paid people to fix the appliances in homes. You know, I didn't know any of that. So he gave me all that information. And if you don't know anything about anything, he has a course that teaches you the basics of electricity, that teaches you how to repair appliances. But I already knew the basics of electricity. I already know how the the heating and cooling. I already know how the compressor and the evaporator and the condenser fan, I already know how that works from taking this course that I took, you know. So I didn't need I didn't need any more schooling on appliance repair because I already know the basics of circuits, the basics of refrigeration. That's what I meant to say. The refrigeration cycle. I already know that, so I didn't need to take his course. And so I was able to get into appliance repair without even taking his course. I mean, you know, I'm really grateful for that guy, you know, for just even introducing me into this thing. And if you don't know anything about electricity or refrigeration, you should definitely look up his course and take his course. You know, like, I don't care what it costs. I'm not sure what it costs anymore, but it doesn't matter what it costs, guys. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. It's knowledge that it's gonna pay for itself in a couple of weeks. It's not. If you think like, oh, I can't afford to take that course, then you probably can't afford not to take the course. You know, it's one of those things. But yeah, guys, I get a lot of comments, maybe a couple comments. I get several comments out asking me like, oh, how'd you learn this? Where'd you learn this? You know. So I want to make this video, let you guys know I picked up my electrician and my HVAC skills at Chicago Professional Center. And back then, like in six years ago, it was in Wheeling. I think they moved to Mount Prospect. But I took that course in the evenings for like 2 months, 3 months, I think. And it gave me all the skills, all the knowledge necessary to start making more money, guys. And I'm really glad I did. And I suggest, if you ain't got shit else, man, look into it. You know, if you're a veteran, look into it. If you're unemployment, look into it. If you're on WIC, look into it. You know, and look into it and stick to it, guys, and come out the other end with some skills, guys. Like, 'cause right now, I don't want to seem like I'm like the most valuable guy ever, you know. But at least I could, you know, change somebody's light and charge them a little bit more money for it, man. Because I've been, you know, because I work like long hours, so I put my audiobooks on, and I've been listening to what do you call it, Operation Paperclip, about the I'm gonna get into a weird territory here, so, and it's barely relevant, so if you want to tune out, go ahead, tune out. But Operation Paperclip was when after the World War II, the CIA was, or not the CIA, I think it was OSS back then, but they grabbed a bunch of Nazi scientists, rocket scientists, and brought them over to America to work on the rocket projects. And it just goes to show you, obviously I'm not gonna put myself in that some kind of same vein, but it goes to show you that these guys, even though they were like horrible monsters, Nazis, like complete mass murderers, because of their skills in rocket technology, they were so valuable that we made them American citizens. We forgave all the atrocities they committed, and now there's you know, prestigious awards named after them. You know, like that's how valuable their knowledge and their skills, their technical skills in rocketry, I guess. You know, like, and just to bring that back, like right now, like I live in Chicago. If I had to move to another state, any state, I'm not gonna start off at a minimum wage job. You know, like minimum wage jobs. I could put those behind me. You know, I've had them, man. Like I've had all kinds of labor jobs. You know, but I could put those behind me because of my skills now. If I move to a different city, I don't have to go to a McDonald's. I could go to a HVAC company. Like I was thinking about joining a appliance repair company. I was thinking about getting a job, actually. You know, like to practice appliance repair under somebody who knows their stuff. You know, I was thinking about getting a job. I was thinking about getting a job in HVAC. I was thinking about getting a job in electrical. The electrician jobs, they start you off pretty low, man. Like they wanted to start me off at $15 an hour when I was making $20 an hour as a janitor. I was like, I'm gonna take a pay cut for this shit, dude. But HVAC companies, they start you off at 20 and they go up. Repair jobs, when I was looking into repair jobs to see if I wanted to get a job in it, they were offering $20 to $30 based on experience, you know. So even if you don't strike off on your own, like these skills can get your job anywhere, and at a good rate, you know, not at the bottom of the wage spectrum, you know. But that's it, guys. I'm sorry it's kind of a long rant, but you know, I just want to make sure that everybody in Chicago that watches me, they at least know, they're at least exposed to this, you know, that hey, by the way, you can go to a trade school and take a course for a couple months and come out, you know, being able to offer more value. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys for listening to my rant. See you guys in the next video. Take care.